Among other things, it came without a spare tire carrier, which I found out is kind of common, and managed to find a carrier on Craigslist. This guy didn't have any hinges, so I'm making my own hinges because they seem to be unobtainium out there in the vendor world. Plus, the ones that I have seen that did sell were pretty expensive. So until I win the lottery, I'm gonna make my own. So I got some 3/16 plate, and I made these two brackets for the carrier side. And then I got some 2-inch, 1/8" angle iron. And I picked up the bolts for the body hinge. As you can see here, somebody backed this thing into something and caved in this area where this hinge attaches. So I put some washers behind it, spacers, to get it to line up. And I had this great plan of heating this up and squeezing these together and putting a bead of weld down here and then welding the hinge to that. And I was worried about getting this angle right because this is on a curve here. But I just bolted the plates on there. There's the angle iron, and it came out with this spread right there, and it just looked like it would be perfect for the female hinge to go in. So let's see what I got there. So this got them almost dead on, perfectly lined up. So I'm gonna cut some pieces of tubing, 3/4 OD, 1/2" ID, and use 1/2" bolts for the hinge pins. And we'll see what happens. So I got the carrier on there mocked up with a clamp, and wanted to make sure it was plumb and square with the rest of the truck. So I measured from this edge of the carrier to the center line of this hinge, which looks like it's never been removed. I tried going to the seam between the two gates there, but I couldn't get a consistent measurement. I think those aren't perfectly straight, but those hinges are still perfectly straight. So it's plumb, it's square, and now all I need to do is put my hinge pieces on the female sections of the hinges, clamp them on, tack weld them, and go from there. The angle iron I had laying around the shop that was the only side I needed for this. I already have these holes drilled in it, so I didn't drill those for any special purpose. They were already there, but looks like they'll work to hold these on. Alright, so the next step, I got these tacked on here, is this upper hinge for this guy needs to be welded on in place. So I got 1/2 inch bolt, that's going to be my hinge pin later. I'm putting a washer in here for some space. So now you can see there's a gap here, and I'm going to heat this up and wrap this around, kind of like the original, and then weld it on. Alright, so we made some progress. I got these guys welded on, the pipes, and then I got the bolts in there, and I got the hinges molded over, and I got those welded on. So now we're gonna do the test. Well, look at that. It worked. Finished product. Got the hinges painted on last night.